welcome to another December daily. It's day 4. Let's jump right in and take out our prompt list, which is linked below, as well as the playlist for these December dailies. And today I figured I wanted to tackle number 22, which says add real or faux stitching. For example, with a sewing machine, hand stitching or faux stitching with a pen. Speaking of pen, I don't know where my pencil is. Let me go grab that. Here it is. So I'm circling it. I'm going to add that this is the prompt I'm doing for December 4. And I'm hoping this time it won't be such a struggle. I'm trying to do something easy. Trying to have a short video for you for once, because I can't expect you to watch my videos all day long, especially in December when I know you're busy. Before we start this, of course, we have to check what's in my advent calendar today. What do we have? Number 4. Let's see what this brings. It's something different today. These are like chewy candy. Let me just show you what they look like. I haven't had these since my childhood, I think. They're not gummies. They're probably basically just, well, most of this, I guess, is basically just sugar. Yeah, so there are these individually wrapped candies. I don't think you have these in the States. You have something similar. And they are white and very, very chewy and very sweet. And it looks like they have a Coke taste. I'm going to save these for later because, first of all, I won't be able to speak if I eat these now. And I haven't had breakfast yet, so I don't think this is good to have before breakfast. Faux stitching or real stitching, what do we do? I had a look through my box of December daily items, and I came across this vintage calendar, which I had gotten from my Goodwill, which has these very cute illustrations in here. And I thought maybe I could use this one here, or part of this one, and then stitch that onto some fabric. You don't have to use fabric for this prompt, of course. You can just stitch paper on paper. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna do this because it's quite big. Even if I use a part of it, I did want to add these shutters because they have this lovely green. I did want some snow showing. I was thinking if I should maybe have a page this way, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. Actually, why not? Why not? I'm just gonna do that. So I'm going to take my ruler, my regular ruler, and then I'm going to start tearing and then see how small I actually need to go. I could keep this number for December 11 for my date. This could now go either way, actually. I could still do it this way. And I found some really beautiful golden upholstery fabric, which I have had for a few years now. I bought this at my local fabric store. Love this color. It is so rich and the fabric is nice and thick, of course. It's upholstery fabric, but I just love this. And this will bring out some of the yellow in here. But now I'm just wondering how much of a border do I make, depending on, do I do it this way or this way? Can you please help me decide? I can't hear you. I don't know, I still kind of want to do it this way. Which means that I can't have much of a border, so it would just be a very small border, but that's okay. I have my pinking shears, so I have one edge cut already. I should probably then cut this edge. This is cut horribly. I'm gonna have to recut that one. Like that. It's not a big border. Let me get rid of all this fuzz here. I will of course ink up the edges of this. You won't really see it, but at least they won't have white edges. And then I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and just stitch around it with a straight stitch like that. But as the prompt says, if you don't have a sewing machine, you could either hand stitch it, which would be really nice, or you just take like a black pen or whatever pen you want to have, like a fine liner or something, and draw the stitches by hand, which is also really cute. But I like the extra texture, so I'm gonna go and do that. So I'm back and I managed to stitch it completely crooked. Do you see this? Like, this is totally over the edge. What did I do? This is baffling to me. I'm going to try to at least straighten this on the bottom. I do not feel like taking it all off again and re-sewing it. So I'm just going to pretend this never happened and ignore that. I should have, of course, clipped it onto the fabric before sewing it, but I didn't think that was necessary. Good job. So now you can hardly see the border. So basically what this did, it just bulked up my piece of paper. Okay. So this is our stitched element. Now what kind of background can we add? I, at this point, have no clue. I have this paper, which is from a Daphne's Diary magazine. Obviously, we do not want the bright white, so I'm thinking if I should go through the trouble of coffee dyeing this. I don't even know if it's going to actually take the coffee because it's such a glossy paper, but I could give that a try and then try to have this as a background, maybe. I don't know. Let me try to coffee dye this and see what happens. Most days I have a bottle of coffee in a spray bottle ready to go in my fridge. So I'm just going to do it like this, not even bother putting it in a dish or something to soak it. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. I just dried this with my heat gun rather than putting it in the oven because this was much quicker. This took me like 5 minutes and it is dry for the most part. It's maybe a little bit damp here, but this part here is totally dry enough. So let's see if this is something we can add here. And the green is very green, but it might be cute actually, because they're looking outside and these are outside. That could be cute. So I'm going to mark off where to trim this. Again, I want it a little smaller than my page. So I'm just going to trim that with my paper trimmer. I've also inked around the edges and now I'm going to glue that on with my tacky glue. Given that the paper is quite thick, I'm not really worried about it warping with the tacky glue. That's actually quite a nice background, I think, just because it's not so plain and it has these marks from the coffee. That definitely gives it more character than if it was just plain white. So we can add this. What else do we do? I was just thinking now if actually what I'm doing here is still a collage, because my classical collages obviously look different and I'm not done, but still I wanted to check what does collage actually mean in art. So it says here in Google, collage describes both the technique and the resulting work of art in which pieces of paper, photographs, fabric, and other ephemera are arranged and stuck down onto a supporting surface. So I think we're good to go. Even if I were to stop here, it would still count as a collage. So I'm a bit relieved. What other elements can we add? I have these stickers for such a long time, and the red would really work well with this red. So I'm thinking maybe we could add one of these. Winter Wonderland would be a cute one because they're looking outside into the snow. Yes, that would be very cute. But it's still kind of plain, isn't it? Another thing, I'm just procrastinating right now. Another thing that I thought this might be a cute page for, I don't know why, it actually doesn't matter at all, is remember I showed you these bells when I was looking through my box of December daily goodies. And I thought, let's try to add one of these because I just think they're so cute. They even have a ball inside, but they don't really make a nice sound. And I have a golden paper clip here. And I think before I put that on the paper clip, I also want to add this baker's twine. Just make a little bow with that. And put that around the ring of the bell. This is so cute. Okay, let's add this. And then we can just put that around here somewhere. I'll just put it like this for now. We can change it later. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? Okay, I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this page. I think I need to commit to putting this down to be able to move on. And I don't know whether I should take this off or not, or just glue this over the paper clip. This is not a great place, actually. Here it's right over my date. Okay, this is okay. Do I want it to be able to come off or not? It doesn't have to, right? Okay, then I will just glue this over the paper clip. And I'm using my 3-in-1 glue for this because it's fabric and I want a stronger glue. Maybe I should first cut this. I'm gonna put a clamp here until this glue dries here where the paper clip is. Like that. Now I'm going to add my Winter Wonderland. It is quite thick. I like that. And then I had these elements in my box as well. And I'm thinking maybe I can add some gold. Just kind of sprinkled around to add something else to look at. I also have these reindeers. Don't know if I want that. Or another snowflake. I like these snowflakes better. They are more intricate. Could do this. Yep. I like this. I'm just gonna take off the puffy stickers on the back. I don't need it to be more puffy. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my 3-in-1 glue again to glue these down. This one here also needs a clamp because it's right on the edge of the fabric. Okay, I'll let that dry for a moment. While that dries, I'm going to just stamp the date right down here directly onto the paper, again using my Memento Espresso Truffle ink and my clickable alphabet stamps. Again, I will link these for you below in case you still don't have any. I just realized December 4th is actually my name day. I don't know if you have name days in the States, and my family never really used to celebrate it. But some families actually, I think, celebrate that more than the birthday. But I just think it's a fun fact. And just in case you're curious about what the name Barbara means or where it comes from, it is actually the feminine form of the Greek word barbaros, which means strange or foreign, and it's also derived from the term barbarian. Not very flattering, I know. But Barbara was also, according to legend, a patron saint of a lot of professions. For example, the miners, and my dad had mining as part of his studies, so I think that's why the name or the saint was dear to him, because she was the patron of miners as well. But she had a very sad history. She actually had a horrible life and a horrible death. She was cast out, humiliated, tortured, and betrayed by her father for her faith of being a Christian. And she fled to the miners, but she was found and she was actually beheaded by her own father because he did not want her to be a Christian. So extremely sad attachment to this name. I try not to think about that part. I know my dad gave me this name out of love, and because she was the patron of the miners. So that's what I try to keep in mind. Okay, I think it's time that we can take these clamps off. Yeah, looks like everything is stuck down well. One thing I want to do is, I'm afraid this is going to open up. So I just want to add a tiny dot of glue right there where the knot of the bow is, so that won't open over time. And this is as simple as today's page is. I'm not adding anything else. I think it's cute just like that. I've kind of strayed from my light colors that I had planned, but that's okay. This way I have more variety, and who knows what else will come. I hope again that this provided you with some daily inspiration for a page. It's fine if it only takes you 10 minutes. That's totally fine, as long as you're happy with the outcome. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Wishing you a wonderful rest of the day, and hope to see you back here tomorrow. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.